Shalom, all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostle, Great Millstone. As I take you, I can teach all to sincerity. This is gonna be called Only One God. Um, so I'm gonna start this off in Psalms 96 in verse 4. It says, "For Yahweh is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods, and our Heavenly Father Yahweh is greatly to be praised. He's worthy to be praised. Call Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Um, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is greatly to be praised, worthy to be praised. Because all those gods of the nations, they're basically idols. They're not gods. They're no gods really. They're idols. Idols can't clean themselves. Idols can't set up kings. Idols can't what's the word? Make it rain. Idols can't do anything except just sit in a room. Idols, actual idol can actually melt. You know, and not idol can't call fire down from heaven. Idol's just an idol. It's a statue. It can be broken. It could rust. It can be burnt. It can be basically be destroyed. It can't even lift itself up if it falls. Our power is a living power. He can there's nothing impossible that Yahweh Shem Yahshai can do. You know, I'm gonna continue reading. This is Psalms 96 and 5. It says, "For all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh made the heavens, and Yahweh Bashem Yahshai made the heavens and the earth, rule uh in the heavens and the earth, and created everything. And they and he all the gods of the nations are idols. They're not they're no gods. It says in Baruch, I believe verse chapter 6 verse 65, it says there are no gods, fear them not. We're not supposed to fear the idols of the other nations because they're no gods. We're supposed to have a healthy fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can uh, kill and make alive. He can wound and heal. And nobody can escape his hand. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Our power is a living power. He can kill you. He can keep you alive, or there's many ways he could punish you. But these idols, they have no power. You know. I'm gonna go to Jeremiah 10 and 10. This is Jeremiah 10 and 10. It says, "But Yahweh is the true power. He is a living power and an everlasting king. And at his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nation shall not be able to abide his indignation." Because it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. Yahweh Shem Yahshai can kill you. If he wants you to die at 6 a.m., you're gonna be dead that morning. Or he wants you to die at 12 p.m., you're gonna be dead that afternoon. Or if he wants you to die that night at 8 p.m., you're gonna be dead that night. You're not gonna escape your judgment to come, or you're not gonna escape the time that he tells you it's time. It's your lights out for your life. He has the power of life and death in his hand, and he controls good and evil. So you're not gonna escape the indignation, or the judgment, or the you're not gonna escape Yahweh Shem Shai's, uh, hand, especially these nations in I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy uh Deuteronomy 32. It's Deuteronomy 32 and verse 30 39. It's Deuteronomy 32:39. It says, "See now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." And right here, it says here in Deuteronomy 32, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, Heavenly Father Yahweh, he kills, he makes alive. He can wound you, he can heal you, nobody can be delivered out of his hand. Like it says in Hebrews, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the living power. You can't escape Yahweh Shem Shai's judgment. If he's going to judge you, he's going to judge you. And the Most High is not a respecter of persons. When he wants to judge you, he's going to judge you, and that's it. And what judgment he gives you is fair. And it shows there's only one God, because there's only one that well, because Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, wait, Slaki. Let me go to Timothy, because it talks about how there's a let me get it. I don't want to butcher it. This is First Timothy. Uh, this is First Timothy 2 and verse 5. This is First Timothy 2 verse 5. It says, "For there is one God and one mediator between Yahweh and men, the man Hamashiach Yahweh Shai." Because Yahweh, before we receive our we what's the word it says? I believe it's like in Hebrews, where we when we pass away, or we die, or when we go to the spirit world, we appear before the judgment seat. We appear before Yahweh Shai, and he gives us our judgment, and then before we go back to the earth, he tells us our judgment right there for what we did to whether it be good or evil. And Yahweh, it says there's one God and one mediator. So Yahweh is the only God, which God is the title, and the mediator, the intercessor, is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashem Shai. We appear at the before Yahweh Shai, and the mediator, the intercessor between Yahweh and man. You know, to receive our judgment for what we did in our body, whether it be good or evil. Um, I'm gonna go to, and that this right here talks about there's one God, which that's I'm gonna go to Isaiah 45 and verse 5. It's Isaiah 45 verse 5. It says, "I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no God besides me. I gird thee, though thou hast not known me." It says, "That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things." Because Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, Heavenly Father Yahweh, he deals on both sides, good and evil. That's how that's balance. He's a balanced power because he knows both sides, and he what's the word? And that's how he's fair in his judgments because he knows both sides, and he has no respect of persons when it comes to judgment. And he's only one power. He's not, it's not, a poly, what's the word, poly system. I believe like the Greeks and Romans had a poly system where there's like many gods and goddesses, which that's not biblical, nor that's not biblical. It's only one power, Yahweh Bashin Shai, Heavenly Father Yahweh, the name of Yahweh, of his son Yahweh Shai, and that power is what's the word? That power is a living power, and he judges in truth and righteousness and fairness and no respect of persons. So I'm gonna say all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashin Yahshai, Bashim Karkadash. Double honors to the other apostle, great millstone, citation you I can teach all truth, sincerity, and I'm gonna say Shalom.